Good morning. Here we go again. Take a yoga strap, and if you don't have a yoga strap, would you go get a quick towel? Like a hand towel will do just fine, because we are going to stretch open today. You're going to feel amazing when it's done. Your legs are going to feel like new, and your back is going to feel released. So gather that, maybe a blanket, and let's get started. Begin today's practice lying on our backs. I have a little blanket underneath the back of my head just because it feels nicer, and why not do these little things for ourselves to make life a little more comfortable, which is part of why we practice, right? So that we can be comfortable in our own skin. So go ahead and take your yoga strap or towel, and your knees are bent, and you're just going to drop your arms down alongside you to begin, but have your yoga strap nearby. Then knees drop to the left, and you'll notice that if you reach your right arm to the right, you can really begin to extend and open through the rib cage. Take a full breath in and exhale the breath all out. Knees come up to center and we'll swap. So often you'll notice we're going to begin on our backs and some sort of a twist usually. This is a way to just get our low backs gearing up, letting them know it's like a little appetizer for the rest of the meal. And then knees come up through center. Really nice. So keep that left knee bent and the left foot on the floor. Take your yoga strap and put it around the sole of your right foot. Bend your right knee into your chest and then extend your right heel to the ceiling. So from here, you could reach, sometimes this is taught where you're actually holding onto the toe with one or both hands. This is okay. You can see how if you're doing that, it does kind of promote a rounding in the upper chest. When you've got a yoga strap here, the beauty of this is you can relax your elbows down onto the floor. You can literally, and maybe figuratively, give yourself a little more slack, which I don't know about you, but we all can use a little bit of that. I certainly can. And press your right heel up towards the ceiling a little bit more. And from here, you can close your eyes and just allow your body to receive this beautiful stretch. Classic Supta Padangusthasana 1. Now, if you like, you can extend that left leg long. That's definitely a little more intense, as you know, and it might move your right leg a little further away from you. This is okay. And listen, you guys, if you've got a ton of space here and really long hamstrings and your leg is all the way over your head, I wouldn't recommend that. It's just a little too much, and we wind up getting into the ligaments, which we don't want to do. We don't want to stretch those. We want to stretch the fascia, release the fascia, and stretch the muscles. So keeping the right heel above the right frontal hip bone, even if you can go all the way back, is what I would recommend. You could be down here. It depends how much space you have. If this feels better for you, choose that option. So we'll be here for just about 5 more breaths. Relaxing through your jaw, letting go through your forehead. And you're looking for that internal space. And then, when you're ready, you'll bend that right knee, pull it into your chest, place the right foot on the floor, left foot can join next to it. And just for fun, extend both legs long down the mat. And notice how that right leg feels. I hear students say it feels longer, it feels lighter, it feels alive. I mean, I second the motion. It's all that, which is so great because you just did that yourself in like minutes, which is super cool. Okay, we're gonna bend both legs again, both knees. Put your right foot down and your left yoga strap around the sole of the left foot, and then go ahead and extend that left heel up to the ceiling. Same action of drawing your elbows towards the floor as your breath comes in very deeply now. So you can really bring it all the way down into the lower basin of your pelvis. I mean, obviously your lungs stop where they stop, but if you envision all the way down there, it's almost like you're giving permission for the muscles of your lower abdomen to open, receive, and expand. And then exhale all of that out. Relaxing through the sides of the neck and shoulders. the jaw. You know, some of my friends and loved ones suffer with TMJ, particularly when they're sleeping. Hold that thought. You can extend that right leg long if you like for the rest of this stretch. And what I notice in working with them is, one, I have a meditation. If you want this meditation on how to release TMJ while you're sleeping, put it in the comments and I will see it and I will send it to you. The other thing is that throughout the day, sometimes we unintentionally are gripping our teeth together. We're just sort of gnashing them. So yoga asks us to pay attention to what we're doing when we're on the mat, but also off the mat. So when you're on the mat, notice if your teeth are kind of touching or if your jaw is gripping, and if so, that's cool. Like, that's great. I'd celebrate noticing it, because once you notice it, you can really start releasing it. So notice if that happens, soften anywhere. Maybe it's gripping in your hands, maybe it's gripping in your shoulders. Press both heels away from one another, left heel up to the ceiling and right one straight out in front of you. And we've got 3 more breaths here. Really nice. Last one. Inhale, and I'd like you to stay for that exhale. Excellent. And then bend that right knee, left knee into your chest. Both knees are into your chest here. Apanasana, swaying side to side, letting your low back get a little bit of love from the earth, a little bit of love from the mat. And then left leg is long. Keep that right knee in, and we're just going to drape it across our body for a slightly more intense supine twist. So this Parvrita, you're twisting to the right. Now imagine that the upper right hip and glute is trying to make its way down towards the bottom part of your mat as you reach your right arm out to the right a little bit more. Take another full breath here. Inhale. And exhale. We'll roll it back through center, both legs long. Pause. Let your body just recalibrate. Exhale. And then left knee comes in, and we go across our bodies here. Left knee out, dropping the top of the left hip down. Left arm reaches. Wow, can you feel that opening through the upper pectoralis muscle there? I mean, I practice a fair amount of yoga, and still every day my body's like, hey, you want to tighten up? And I'm like, no. so here we go, right? So it's a process, it's a garden that you have to continue keeping an eye out for the weeds. So yoga is no separation, mind and body and spirit. So what we do with our bodies, we actually help with our minds, and vice versa. And that all translates to a spiritual connection. Now let's come back through center, and this time we're going to take that right ankle across the left knee. Pull both legs in. You can have your leg around, your hands around the shin. Good morning, Bachi. Or around the hamstring. We have somebody joining us. Bachi is here to partake in our little class, yeah? And we're drawing our legs towards one another because we're releasing the piriformis muscle. So take 3 more breaths here. Maybe do little ankle rolls in one direction and then the other, both ankles just waking up. So when our joint space, particularly lower body joint space, is a little more open, we get life force moving through us, life energy pulsating. So you guys take this whole figure 4 now that you just did and drop the whole kit and caboodle over to the left. So your right foot's on the floor, the left outer thigh is on the floor, left outer calf is also on the floor. Right arm can be out to the right, and then take your left hand and just gently nudge the right leg away until you start to feel a little bit of an opening through maybe both sides underneath the rib cage, and certainly in the right we'll get a little release there. So beginning to touch into the psoas, a really important muscle that wraps from T12 all the way around the iliac crest and into the inner thighs. So it's a really important muscle to release. So we'll take 3 more breaths here. And then close it up, both knees on top of one another. You can have your head on a blanket, or you can support it, as I'm gonna do with my left hand. Take hold of the top of the right ankle with your right hand, and then draw your right leg slightly back. So you feel what we're doing here is quadriceps. This is great for if you're active, if you're doing pickleball, tennis, walking, running, swimming. All of this tightens up. Weights, all of that tightens up through the quadriceps. So this is a beautiful way to help release that. And you know what? It's also good for our heart. It's heart health. So excellent work. Keep breathing here, relaxing through the jaw and any auxiliary muscles that are trying to grip. We've got 3 more breaths. Tailbone drops, really nice. Now extend that right leg long, right in front of you, so that your right toes are lining up with your belly button. Take that yoga strap and wrap it around the right sole of foot, and then you can reach the right arm out to the right. So here we go, it's another twist. It feels, we're on the floor, so it can feel like it's more gentle work, but I'll tell you guys, this is really important stuff that you're doing, because you're getting your body prepared for the day with a little less stress, a little more openness. Flex through your toes, open up through your toes, and we've got 3 more breath here. Beautifully done. We're going to release that, lie onto your back, relaxing legs down the mat, arms down the mat, full breath in. And exhale, the breath comes out. Really good. So let's flip sides. I'm actually going to go all the way over to the other side. Moving the blanket, the whole thing. And we're going to come into that lovely figure 4 with the left leg in. Flex your left toes, draw your legs towards you, and breathe here. Now, you could use the yoga strap instead of your hands interlaced. If you have your hands interlaced behind your hamstring or on your shin, just continue to externally rotate through your shoulders. If that action pops your chin up to the ceiling, gently draw your chin closer to your chest, not tucking into your chest, but in that direction. And then flexing your toes and maybe doing a little opening through your ankles again, one direction in circles, and then the other. So happy to start the morning with you. Let this work in, very good. Couple more breaths. And then take the whole thing, release your hands, take the whole figure 4 setup, and we're dropping it over to the right. Your left foot's on the floor, right outer seam of leg is on the floor. Left arm can reach to the left, and right hand is doing that good work, fine work of pushing your thigh away so that you can feel the stretch through your abdomen. So we're just giving abdominal organs a chance to breathe a little more, to do their job with a little more space. Who could use a little more space, Very good. So here we go. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale. Exhale. Last big breath here. And exhale it all out. Really nicely done. So we're going to take your knees, stack them, lie onto your right side now, and then your right hand is underneath your head. Bend that left knee. Take hold of the top of the left foot with your left hand and gently draw your left heel towards your low back. Now, if doing this results in your knee saying, like, what's up? What are you doing? Then I'd move your knee forward. And, the action of just moving your knee forward might release that. If it doesn't, you can try another pose, or you could just lengthen your leg down the mat instead. So, always paying careful attention to our joints. 3 more big breath here. And then release that. We're gonna kick that left foot out in front of us so the toes line up with our belly button. Use the yoga strap and keep that left foot off the floor. Don't drop it down to the floor. If you drop it down, it actually can overstrain the SI joint. So we wanna have, this beautiful, graceful practice that doesn't compromise our body in any way, but gives us a chance to really feel energy flowing through us. Reaching your left arm to the left, you've got this other gorgeous spin here, pushing the heel away, head turning left, and breathe. Relaxing that left shoulder down the mat. Top of the left hip drops down towards the floor. 2 more breaths. Nicely done. Release it. We're going to hit that recalibration button. Just a little bit of we're going in deep like this. I'd really like to have just moments of just mini Shavasanas throughout. It's good. All right, you guys, let's tip over and we'll come up into a downward facing dog. Moving the blanket or whatever else is on your mat off of your mat. Nice downward dog. Take a full breath in and exhale, stretching through the back of your legs again. 1 more breath here. And exhale it all out. We'll step that right foot forward. Come up into a crescent lunge here. So you're on the ball of the back foot. You might have to move that right foot to the right a little bit. Interlace your hands behind you. Squeeze the heels of your hands towards one another. Good. And breathing here, opening up through your chest. 5. Good. Release your hands, sweep your arms all the way up. Inhale. And exhale, hands come to the heart. We've got a warrior 2. 1 breath. Inhale. Stay for your exhale. Reverse your warrior up and back. Really nicely done. Come to a high plank. You can go low plank, upward dog, or downward facing dog. Dropping your head down. Full breath in. Exhale all out. Left foot steps forward. Crescent lunge, left side. Interlace your hands behind you. And that chest lifts. So when you lift your chest, the key thing here is you don't want to overextend because that compresses the low back and it's not really productive. So drop your lower rib cage down towards your frontal hip bones, open up through your chest here, and breathe the light of the light into you for 5. This is opening up that right hip flexor. You might be able to really key into that sensation here as you release through the fascia of your feet and open your chest. What a great pose. Good work, you guys. 1 more breath. Inhale. And exhale, release it. Both arms are up to the ceiling. Breath comes in. And then breath, hands to your heart. It's a warrior 2. Reaching, inhale. Exhale here. Reverse the warrior. Excellent. Exhale, high plank. Low plank, core stays engaged. Now upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Let's come onto our knees. Child's pose. Relaxing through your back, sending breath into the lowest part of your back. And then coming on up. And let's rest in Shavasana just a few moments before you get on with your day. Hey, if you've got blocks nearby, you can place them in a lower setting underneath the back of your knees. We did a good job for our hamstrings today, so you might enjoy that compressive work with the block and your legs just passively resting there. Drop your shoulders down and relax here. full breath in. Open your mouth this time. Ha. Feel the vibration of the ha through your body. One more time. Inhale. Ha. Nicely done. We're going to bend both knees and then tip over to one side. Come on up to seated. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste. I'll see you next time.